Ready?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the council. I'm Yousef, and today we got a fun episode because this Friday, or if you're watching the YouTube version, today, Marvel Studios Shang-Chi is finally hitting theaters, and we're going to talk about it. No spoilers, obviously, but we're going to have a Shang-Chi kind of themed episode. And joining me, we got our usual Constance. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
And then we got Yutaka from the Horror Hour, who has seen Shang-Chi like myself. And in fact, we have a review up on YouTube that's non-spoiler that you can check out. So hello, Yutaka.
Hello.
And yeah, so this is going to be a fun episode. What we're going to be talking about is if in Shang-Chi, and this is not a spoiler, our name is not Grace Randolph, so we won't spoil anything for you. But in the trailer, you see Abomination and Wong fighting together in an arena. So we thought today we would share two more each Marvel characters that we want to see fight it out. And we thought it'd be really fun. And then at the end, if Shang-Chi isn't your thing and you're one of the 6-year-old Camilla stans that keeps attacking us, we have a game for you too, because Cinderella comes out on Friday. So that's fun. Who wants to go? Constance, do you want to go first?
Sure, I can do that. So I gave this a lot of thought because the best fights are always when they really think about characters and like, okay, you don't want someone that's overpowered to fight someone who has essentially no extra powers, because the only way to make that even kind of interesting is to depower that person, like Wanda, right? I don't want to put Wanda in here at all because the criticism with Civil War for the advertising for that movie was, okay, everyone see Wanda in the lineup, everyone else doesn't even need to be here, you know? So I was like, I don't want to go that route. So I decided to go the opposite direction. I like grounded, I like gritty. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we had the Winter Soldier and Nebula fighting each other? Because they're both part machine. And, you know, they're really good with hand-to-hand combat. Like they're both good with knives. I just think that would be really good, especially if someone like the Russos did it, because it would have that real intimate, up close, and, you know, actually have some stakes to it. So I would like to see those two fight. I think that'd be fun.
That's a really good matchup. Winter Soldier is one of the best
that.
fighters in the Marvel universe, and so is Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
That would be insane. The hand-to-hand combat. Oh,
that'd be amazing. Yutaka, what do you got?
So because we're never really going to see this as well. After seeing Shang-Chi, I definitely would love to see I would love to see Wenwu and Iron Man fight. I think it's, you know, I think it could be both hand to hand and also very, I guess, tech or somewhat power. Not giving spoilers away, I just think that they could have a really good fun. I think it could be just fast, but also once it gets, like, Tony is good when he gets hand to hand, but he's still clearly overpowered in that area. But then even further, when it comes to power sets, I still think that could be just a fun battle to see go back and forth. And just since it's technically kind of like the Mandarin, you know, it would be kind of cool to see those two. Plus Wenwu would kick Tony's ass. So that makes me happy too. In my eyes, I think that's super.
That's a good matchup too. I like that. For me, I liked the Wong Abomination matchup in Shang-Chi quite a bit. And I like what they did with it, with having a magical fucker and a green goblin fucker fighting. I thought that was pretty.
Not green goblin.
Green Shrek, I don't care, whatever he is, them fighting. It was a good matchup. So I was thinking somebody who's magic and somebody who's not magic, so kind of the opposite of Constance. And I thought magic and technology would be an interesting fight. And so for my technology person, I picked Nakia from Black Panther, because Lupita Nyong'o has done nothing in this franchise, and we know that she can kick ass.
Yes.
So I think seeing Nakia use the Wakandan technology and her just raw fighting style and Lupita Nyong'o just being badass would be dope against a magical person. And I thought Wanda, but she's too whatever. So I actually picked Agatha because I was gonna pick the child, whatever his name is. Billy? Is that the magical one?
Yeah.
Then I remembered he's a child. So I think Agatha, because it's not a real fight, it's a cage fight, right? So it's kind of like WWE in my sense. And Agatha is a very performy type of person. Like she sung a whole song about it. So I think having them both come out there, they're both kind of biggish personalities. Agatha having fun with magic, not depowering her where it becomes like, oh, come on, but like depowering her in the sense that she's not taking this fight seriously because she's just a performance for her, versus Nakia, who's like fully going at it with the technology and the thing. I think will match them up pretty well. So that's my pick. Let's discuss.
Well, I actually originally was going in that direction. I was like, oh, well, the MCU just loves their magic people now, and they've always liked their tech people.
Mm-hmm.
And my first thought was, oh, I should do like, Okoye versus the ancient one, Battle of the Bald Ladies. And then I started thinking about Nebula. So
Bald ladies.
yes, or Okoye versus Valkyrie. Like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be cool to have Asgard and Wakanda just go to war for some reason? It doesn't fit the cage fight idea, but since I like DC, I like, Themyscira and the people from Atlantis fighting. So I was like, oh, this could be like their version of that. I was like, oh, but that's the wrong direction. Don't go there. So I started where you were.
Yeah, no, like I also started where you were a little bit with Winter Soldier because he obviously, I think, is the best fighter in the Marvel universe. Like I wanted to use him. But then I remembered who was the other best fighter, and it was Black Panther, but obviously we can't do that, unfortunately, anymore. And so I was thinking about other people in the world. And then I remembered we already got like a Dora Milaje versus Winter Soldier fight in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And so I think Okoye has been overused a little bit, and I think Nakia has been underused. So that was kind of my thought process. And then again, for the magical person, like Wanda is overused and too powerful. The child is a child. There's really no Wong has already been used in this first fight. Doctor Strange is apparently Mephisto now. So there's a lot of not a lot of magical people to pick from, but I like both of your ideas. I think Wenwu, we need to see more of. Yutaka.
I know. Yes, you know how I feel about his performance and that actor. So yeah. I would love to see so much more as well. I actually liked a lot of the fighters. I almost was gonna go Shang-Chi, but I was like, I liked Wenwu better. I couldn't help it. Yeah. But yeah, I like the idea that that whole cage match in that tournament. So I enjoy the idea of just seeing random Marvel or MCU characters just go at it. So I really like the idea of Nebula and Winter Soldier, because Nebula, I think her character has been one of the most that has dramatically improved from when we first saw. And I think she's becoming one of my favorites because of the physicality, but also, well, the depth that they've been giving her. I mean, that would be a really cool fight.
Yeah, and speaking of, no, sorry, Constance, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah.
Speaking of Nebula, like one of her standout things recently was her episode of What If, or like she was in an episode of What If, but it was really her episode of What If. With all due respect to Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, he killed it. I'm gonna cut that out.
You should.
There's a lot wrong with what I just said, but Nebula was really good in What If, and Marvel's doing more animated projects, and What If is more connected than we thought originally, because I thought it was just like a fun spin-off. But if they want to do a fun spin-off, I think doing Marvel cage matches on Disney Plus, like the little 15-minute shorts,
I would watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. Down. Like, let's make that happen.
They need to do that, and they need to do Winter Soldier versus Nebula, and they need to do Wenwu versus Iron Man. and they can do mine if they want to.
Just want my finder's fee. My idea. I was like, it's
Yeah,
perfect.
do we get a commission on this?
Yeah.
Ooh, can we take bets?
That'd be fun. Like doing the interactive thing that Netflix does. That'd be so much fun. We're literally doing Kevin Feige's job right now. We came up with this.
Yes,
idea.
absolutely.
We came up with the Esham brothers for Punisher. Like we're just Kevin Feige needs to get on our level.
Oh my God. That would be I didn't even think about but that's not MCU.
It's
But
not
man.
MCU yet. Yeah. But that could also be a way to kind of introduce the X-Men and the Punisher and Iron Fist. I don't know. Don't bring them in. We don't like that.
Let's stick with maybe I would love to see Daredevil and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because those are two very martial arts and very, heavy close combat as well.
Daredevil, because we already used Winter Soldier for the Nebula fight. What if we do Daredevil, and then I don't know her name, but the new deaf character that's coming in Eternals.
In Eternals?
Having a battle of the sights versus a battle of the ears would be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with the Echo character.
What Echo?
From Hawkeye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
In Eternals, there's a deaf actress who's playing a deaf.
Oh, I know. I don't know her power set though, so I don't know what.
I don't know.
In Hawkeye, I just would have said. That's why I thought you were going.
I know. I don't care for Jeremy Renner, so I know nothing about that.
There's a character called Echo who is already getting her own spinoff, and it's a deaf actress. It's a deaf character, and supposedly Daredevil will be mentoring her. And
let's do that then.
That's where I thought you were going. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Hawkeye minus Hawkeye sounds great. That whole show sounds incredible. Just take him out. Yeah.
Kill off Jeremy Renner in the first 5 minutes will be good. Scream it. Speaking of Scream, Yutaka, plug your podcast.
We know I am so terrible about plugging our podcast, but yes, I'm one of the 3 hosts from the Horror Hour. Our episodes drop Tuesday. Still don't know the time because it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. So just check it out Tuesday. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple. We put our episodes out on YouTube, and our most recent one was actually really fun. It was about Hellraiser and how these kids don't like Hellraiser, so screw them, even though I love them. And our next one will be about Candyman.
Ooh.
And American Horror Story, and people are going to come for me on that one.
Oh no, I'm afraid. Don't you dare say anything about Evan Peters. I will kill you. Speaking of Evan, I got another one. This took a lot less time than I was expecting, so let's do another round of this. Ralph Boner versus Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver. I think that's
Aaron Taylor Johnson would.
That'd be no, we're not picking a winner. That'd just be really, really funny to see both of them in the same thing. So there we go.
If we did a second round,
I don't know.
Oh, I know people aren't feeling her, even though she's a problematic actress, but I still would like to see maybe Black Widow.
Oh, she ain't never coming back.
No, she's not. But
Yelena Belova. Do Yelena Belova.
There we go. Yes. Yelena Belova. I would like to see her maybe go up against somebody. Actually, I kind of like that you had mentioned Valkyrie. I know, she got her Pegasus, but she's also, she went hand to hand with Hela for a good bit. So I think, I think that would be a fun battle.
Constance, you have a second.
I'm trying to remember because I did make a list and I was like, who's my favorite? But then once I got to Nebula, I was like, oh yes, I'm using Nebula just to use the perfect person to put with her. I still like my whole, a Wakandan versus the ancient one, because I am with you. Good. On one level, it is fun to have science versus magic. Like I do like the idea of it. There's so many people that I'm not a Marvel person. When Ragnarok came out and Thor and Hulk had their version of a cage. That was so good. And I was like, why did I never think of that? Yeah, have them fight each other. That's so great. So what's great about Marvel characters is how you really can mix and match them. You know, like Infinity War comes out, and I'm like, of course they put Doctor Strange and Iron Man together. You know, it's the battle of the goatees, really. Like, who can quip better? You know, like.
Yeah. Sherlock's, both Sherlock's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even. That's funny. I like
You
that.
know, like you got to have those moments. I mean, they didn't do it. They said it was too obvious. I was like, oh, come on, but we wanted it. We wanted them to have a little moment where, you know,
They should have said no Sherlock. One of them should have said no shit Sherlock, and it would have
yes, it would have been in character. That is totally something Tony Stark would say.
Yeah,
because he says Point Break and Lebowski. It's not like he picks on Peter
That's
for the pop
very
culture
true.
references, but he does it too.
exactly.
Just
What a hypocrite. We're glad he's dead.
Team Cap. Okay.
It's true. I'm Team Cap as well.
So am I. But if you like rich, well, she's not rich, but if you like rich comic book characters, then you like Batman. And if you like Batman, you like Batwoman. And if you like Batwoman, then boy, do we have a shirt for you. Look at this. This is this week's council shirt. It features me with the shadow of Batwoman. No, this is not. This is our own character because copyright. But because I'm a PA and that's my whole identity on the show is being the Batwoman person. So this is the newest shirt from Kyle. It's the third design. There's this one, there's all of us, and then there's Liam's. They're all available in the link in the description on redbubble.com/something. But the link is in there. So buy it.
Something.
And it's fun. And it's not only on shirts. We do stickers and magnets now because it looks really good on a sticker or magnet. So check it out.
Ooh.
Support us. Support Kyle. Support Batwoman. Support Marvel. Support the world. I don't know.
That's
You know,
beautiful.
the one thing we don't want to support though is Cinderella. Give you a little history, a little history lesson here with the council's relationship with the Cinderella film. So back when they released a trailer for Cinderella, we do trailer reactions on our YouTube, obviously, which you should subscribe and like, and ring the bell and all that. But we do trailer reactions. And Liam and Destiny reacted to the trailer for Cinderella because they were the only ones available. And it was a big film, so we react to the trailer, obviously. They reacted to it. They didn't like it because it looked like shit. No one liked it. I don't know what the big fuss was about. It looked like crap. The video has 62 hate comments under it from like 5-year-old Camilla stans that they started out very reasonable, saying, oh, you shouldn't hate on this, blah, blah, blah. As time moved on, they turned more attacky and then they became racist and homophobic and fatphobic, and like we deleted those, but there's some heat going around it. So to make it up to the Camilla stans, all three of you, we have this quiz that Liam made. This is his apology. Not really, because the movie is shit. But we're going to play a game. It's basically just a quiz game. There's 15 questions that Liam wrote. We're going to answer them. They're about Cinderella. And it's going to be fun. So I'll be asking, you two will be playing. Shout your name out if you think you know the answer. The person with the most at the end wins the glass slipper. You guys ready?
I don't know much about Cinderella, so yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And stream Cinderella September 3rd.
I will be hate watching that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, everybody hate watched He's All That, and it's #1 in the world for Addison Rae. So
I watched it. It was a real-time horror film. That's what it was.
don't say anything. The 6-year-old Addison Rae stands are worse than the Camilla stands. So
Fair enough.
All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, question 1. What country does Cinderella take place in?
Constance.
Yes.
Originally France.
Yes, that's the answer I have is France. I did not come up with the answers. Don't get mad at me. I didn't research any of this. I'm literally reading a document. So whatever, this isn't the correct answer. This is Liam's answer.
So basically, come for Liam. That's
Okay.
what you're saying.
First point goes to Constance. Woo! Question 2. Fill in the line from the opening song. It starts now. Cinderella, if you give your heart a chance, it'll lead you blank. What is the blank in this song? This is from the new movie, I assume. Do you want me to break out my mass council?
No, don't. No, you don't.
Just
need to do
repeat that line.
Okay. Cinderella, if you give your heart a chance, it'll lead you blank.
I have no idea, but Constance, I'll just
Okay.
throw something out there. To the dance.
You got the first 2 words. I'll give you, okay.
Oh.
I'll give you everything except the last word because he gave like 5 words and I think you won't get it. So Cinderella, if you give your heart a chance, it'll lead you to the kingdom of blank. What kingdom?
Kingdom of France?
No.
I don't know.
You also didn't yell me.
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
Constance?
Well, that's why I said dance. I was like, oh, it's probably, because she has to go to the ball, so she has to dance.
Oh, Yutaka.
Yeah.
Kingdom of Romance.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you give your heart a chance, it'll lead you to the kingdom of romance. Point 2 goes to Yutaka. Number 3. The actress who provides the voice for Lady Tremaine also voiced a Disney villain in which movie?
Constance.
Yes,
Sleeping Beauty.
that is correct. So I assume she voiced Maleficent.
Yep.
There we go. Love that.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Question 4. What is Gus the Mouse's real first name?
Constance.
Yeah.
Octavius.
Yes, it's Octavia.
Who the hell knows that?
Constance.
If you're raised in a Disney household like I was, I mean, it was like the Bible.
Yeah.
If you don't like Disney in this house, in my father's house, that was blasphemy. So
Okay, well, Constance is sweeping here. Well,
yes.
1 point goes to Yutaka, but we won't worry about it.
it's not a shutout.
Okay, question 5. Who did the dress in Cinderella's attic belong to? I don't know which version this is from.
Oh, Constance.
Yeah.
Her mother?
Yes, her mother.
Okay.
Mm.
Are all
makes
these
sense.
just for the original Disney? Okay.
There's one question that asks like specifically Cinderella 2021.
Okay.
Oh God.
I thought it was gonna be
Looking forward to that
all
one.
the Cinderellas.
I think it's a mix because I also see 20, like I'm scanning through it. There's 2015, 2021. So
Oh, I do love the 2015 version with Kate Blanchett.
this is me judging you. Yes, with Kate Blanchett. That's the worst Disney live action.
You know what, Mamma Mia, you can shut up.
Mamma Mia. Don't
Oh,
get me
Jack will
started.
hate you.
Here I go again.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
If I sung that during Mass Council, I would have beat both ends. Next question. Which duo created a musical version of the 1957 in 1957 the television? This is worded horribly. Okay, let me reword it. Which duo created a musical version of Cinderella in 1957 on TV, which later transitioned to the stage?
Constance.
Yes, Constance.
Rogers and Hammerstein.
That is correct. How do you pronounce it? Is it
I thought it
Hammer?
was Hammerstein.
Everyone I've ever talked to says Hammerstein, but maybe that's incorrect.
I've heard both, so I've always been confused. But I will listen to you because you are the.
Maybe it's language, like geography. You know how we all say, different.
Right,
Don't
like
know.
you could say quarter or you could say quota.
Oh, yes, that accent. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Which stage and screen icon starred in the 1957 TV musical version of Cinderella? Icon here. Of both the stage
Wait,
and-
say that question one more time.
Which stage and screen icon starred in the 1957 television musical version of Cinderella? That made a sound I did not like.
It didn't. Yeah, it was weird. I'm gonna Yutaka.
Sure.
I will go with Julie Andrews.
Yeah, it is Julie.
What?
I didn't know that. That is
I was gonna guess that, but I was like, no, that's the wrong thing.
Julie Andrews is a legend. I hope she knows.
Oh, she is. She's amazing.
Yeah. All right, next question. Number 8. This is question 8. So Yutaka has 2, Constance has 6. Quick math. Do you see me stalling? Because this episode's gone a lot, like it's a lot shorter than I thought. So I'm trying to pizzazz it up. Okay, what we're on 8, right?
Yes, you just said 8.
Question 8. Which R&B singer took on the role of Cinderella in the 1997 Disney special?
Yutaka.
Constance.
Oh. I'll
Yeah, that felt
say
tied.
Yutaka just because he has less points. Yutaka goes.
Yes. Brandy.
Yes, it is Brandy. Also, if you don't get that, I feel like Liam will murder you. So there you go.
All the gays would. Yes.
Yes. Question 9. In the 1998 reimagining Ever After, Drew Barrymore plays Danielle de Barra. But what is the name she uses in order to save her family servant Maurice?
Constance.
Yes.
Nicole DeLoncre.
There's a name before that is listed here.
Oh, Contest Nicole DeLoncre.
Good job. I don't understand how white people can pronounce both of those names and can't pronounce mine. Like, whatever. Okay, good job. Constance gets that point. So it's 3-7. That math looks like it adds up. Okay, number 10. Real life painter Leonardo da Vinci is brought into the film as a friend and champion of Danielle, but which real painting is suggested to be on Danielle? Based on Danielle.
Oh.
I assume
Yutaka?
1998 version. Yes, Yutaka.
Mona Lisa?
No.
I don't know.
I used to know
he
that.
didn't
Oh.
read that.
I took art history, but that was like 15 years ago. I don't really remember.
Let me reread this. Did this happen in real life or in a movie? Cinderella isn't real. This happened in the movie, right? I'm confused.
Correct, but they use real world people in that version.
Okay. In the Ever After version?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You've never seen it.
I've never. Is that like Once Upon a Time, like that? Remember that show? I used to.
Yeah. No.
Oh, it's not.
This is good. Ever After is really good. It's more dramatic. Wait, isn't Doug Ray Scott in that?
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Probably watch that.
My hero. Let me reread this. Real life painter Leonardo da Vinci is brought into the film as a friend and champion of Danielle, but which real painting is suggested to be based on Danielle?
I know what the painting looks like. She's like looking down and it looks like all like umber color. I know what the painting is, but I don't know. I would have known that like 15 years ago.
Just throw something out.
But I have no idea what it's called. I can describe how it looks.
The name of it sounds like a description of it. I'm gonna be honest.
You know, like maiden looking down, kind of. You know, like.
Ooh, Yutaka.
Yeah.
Can I go again? Is it like the girl with the pearl earring?
No.
Oh.
Head of a woman.
Oh, that's random.
Yeah, I looked this movie up. It's 1998 before I was born, but I've seen it on Disney Plus, but I just have never.
Before I was born.
Drew Barrymore, Angelica Houston, and the king that is Duke Gray Scott. Oh boy, his career went nowhere. All right.
That is a good movie, though. It is.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
I will check it out. Speaking of Duke Gray Scott, buy the shirt, Batwoman. There we go. All right. We got the plug. Number 11, which Shakespearean actor directed the 2015 adaptation of the Disney animation film Cinderella? Who directed?
Constance.
Constance, yes. I heard Constance first.
Kenneth Branagh, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be wrong.
One of his worst films. No, that's not true.
Shut up.
Jack's gonna hate you. Jack loves that movie.
I know.
It's a good movie, and it was a blockbuster.
Okay. I don't.
It was still a good movie.
No, it wasn't. You know what is a good movie? Aladdin. Pete's Dragon. Alice Through the Looking
Oh,
Glass.
hold up. Which Pete's Dragon?
The new one.
He's talking about the live action remakes, right?
Yeah.
Because the original live action remake or the original live action of Pete's Dragon is a classic, and I grew up with that. The remake sucked.
No, it doesn't. Shut your mouth.
Yes, it
Harry
does.
did that, and he is a king. We do not.
It was horrible. Horrible.
Horrible. Next question. Yutaka's not winning this game. Number 12. Which Game of Thrones and soon to be MCU Superman played Kit in the 2015 Disney live action Cinderella?
Yutaka.
Yes,
Richard Madden.
that is correct. Richard Madden played Kit, who was the prince. And I don't know if you remember, but he went on the Graham Norton show and he talked about how his pants were so tight that you could see everything.
You could.
And
That you could.
they apparently, what did they, I don't remember. Did they digitally remove it or did they
They
add
smoothed it out.
They smoothed
So you
it
couldn't
in.
make out the
Good for him.
shape, size, and cut, I guess.
Good,
They Ken dolled him.
They did.
good for Richard Madden. Dougray Scott does not need it. Okay. Number 13. Which female rapper will play the town crier in the 2021 Camilla Cabello Cinderella?
Say that one more time.
Which female rapper? We're talking about like rap music, not like gift wrapper. Will play the town crier in the 2021 Camilla Cabello Cinderella.
No idea.
I'm trying to think of who's promoting that because they're not talking a damn bit about it. Oh. Can we get a hint? Can we get a song?
I don't know this.
Or you don't know them?
I don't know this person.
Wait, is it really a rapper? Is Liam calling them a rapper and maybe they're more of
I googled. It says American rapper. She's
Oh, okay.
whoa. She does not. She's 50. She does not look 50.
15?
50.
Oh, okay, hold on. So
She has had hit songs like Bomb Intro, Pass That Dutch, Lose Control, and Work It.
Oh, Yutaka.
Yes,
Missy Elliott.
that is correct. It is Missy Elliott.
Really?
I did
They
not know
wrote
that.
poor Missy Elliott into this thing? Oh, that makes me sad.
I know.
Oh,
Missy Elliott, Idina Menzel, Billy Porter. It's
it's a paycheck.
I like James Corden. He needs to be stopped after this. All right.
Oh, the memes for that. Oh, I love it.
Question 14. Cinderella 2021 will be released on Amazon Prime Video on September 3rd, but which original studio had plans to release it theatrically before selling to Amazon? 'Cause this was
Yutaka.
gonna go to theaters, and a
Yeah.
certain publication gave it Oscar like guesses. It put it on this Oscar poll. Yes, Yutaka.
I'm gonna go with Universal.
No, that's incorrect.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I saw that Oscar
Hmm.
prediction. That was I don't know who they had to pay off, but no, I don't.
I guess I'll just
Okay.
guess. Constance?
Yeah.
Paramount?
No,
No?
I'll let you keep guessing. There's like two more answers it could be.
Okay, then Yutaka.
Yeah.
It's not that. I'm trying to think of who doesn't have a streaming service. So I would go Lionsgate.
No, you guys.
Oh.
Come on.
We're
Well,
gonna
it
hate
couldn't have-
ourselves once you say
It can't be Warner Brothers because it's
You're forgetting. It's sad that you're forgetting the studio. Like that's the big thing here.
oh.
Think recent big news, like a bit like record-breaking news, like 300 something million views on a YouTube trailer news.
Oh,
No?
Constance.
Oh.
Yes,
I didn't know they made
Constance.
that. Oh God.
yes.
Sony.
Yes, it's yes.
Duh.
Columbia Pictures / Sony. We're supposed to release this theatrically. They sold it off to Amazon like they did Coming to America, Hotel Transylvania 3 or 4 or whatever number they're on. Even though they do have Crackle, which I don't know if it's still operational, but they have a streaming service called Crackle that no one uses. So
I don't know if that is still operational, but I remember it.
yeah. I remember them saying that there's people making a joke that they have a streaming service that 2 people subscribe to. Crackle.
True.
Last question. I don't know who has Constance is winning.
You didn't even keep track of the points?
No, I lost. I gave up. Just like
And I got several right.
I know, just like the people who made the Cinderella movie, I gave up. Whoever wins the question gets the win. This is for 60,000 points. Okay. How many live action feature film? You know what? No, here's what we're gonna do. Instead of calling your name out, you both are gonna write down an answer. Whoever gets closest, or like think of an answer. Whoever gets closest to the correct answer will win. You win the game. Hallelujah. All right. How many live action feature films for the big or small screen have there been of Charles Perrault's Cinderella? I'm butchering that name. How many live action feature films for the big screen or small screen have there been for Cinderella? Do
Looking for a pen.
do 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 do. If you like this episode or were disappointed, because it could really go either way, next week join us again, because not only do we have another fun podcast, but we're talking more Shang-Chi with a new guest who's younger and hipper than Yutaka. So there we go. I'm kidding.
Very true. Very true. No, it is true. It can't be Liam because he's old as dirt as well. So,
but we're talking more Shang-Chi, and for that week, obviously the movie will be out, so we'll be talking spoilers, and it'll be a lot of fun. So
it'll be more planned. Probably you'll have an outline.
Usually, I don't know if you guys know this. Let's break this down. Let's do it because we have all the time in the world. Usually, Liam, Constance, and I, we run things. Whoever the other person is comes up with everything. Now we forgot that Yutaka is not like a host, so he doesn't have the sheets or the things or anything. So he doesn't know anything. And so we came up, and this morning I was like, oh shit, no one came up with a plan. And so we came up with this. I came up with my idea on the walk home. I thought it would take more time. That's why this is so short. So next week we'll be ready. It's another guest, but we'll be ready. So, there we have it. Oh, and then the week after that, we have Michelle joining us from the Mass Council, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're taking a break. Okay. You guys have your answers, or do I need to stall?
I'm going to use my hands.
Liam,
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I called you Liam. Are you ready to talk? Yes or no?
That's horrible.
I was just a couple years off. It's okay. Are you ready? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, cool. So, how many live action feature films have there been for Cinderella on either the big or small screen? Constance, what is your guess?
I guessed. Can you see that? 19.
Okay. Yutaka?
I had 8.
8?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't sure.
Y'all are off.
How many?
There have been, according to Liam, there have been 35 live action feature film adaptations of Cinderella on both the big and small screen.
Wow. It's even worse than I thought.
Yeah.
See, okay. I want to add something since we have time. I just missed the reaction to the trailer, and they would have come after me too, but I have nothing against like Camilla. I don't even know her because I'm all like, music, what's that? I'm so bad with music. My thoughts just would have been, we don't need another Cinderella movie. Clearly, if we have 35 or more, it's like, okay, it's been done. It's been so done. Enough, Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of all, like when this was first announced that James Corden was making a new Cinderella, everybody was like, we don't need another one, right? So I don't care for Camilla Cabello, not because I don't like her, I have a problem with her, whatever. That's fine. She's okay. I just think the movie looks like shit. Her music isn't very good. And I think she's too, like, Sean is too good for her, but that's just my opinion.
It's too good for her.
But nothing against her.
Her voice is cracking in the trailer. That's what's horrible. Like, girl, find the note. That's like, honestly, the movie, it looks like visually, it looks like they put money into it. Okay, so I'm gonna give them that. And I feel like they have a concept and they have some pretty big stars in the, like the musical theater world. So already I'm like, okay. And then they've got her. Okay, sure. You've got to give everyone a chance. But then she's singing, and that's what they put in the trailer.
She's a singer.
I know, but she didn't do good. Like, they couldn't, like, not auto tune, but they couldn't have smoothed that out. Because I've seen her perform, and she's actually not a bad singer. But that, like, I thought she was ripping her vocal cords.
Yeah. There's a lot wrong with, and somebody also in the comments, this is just going to become us being defensive, which is okay. I don't care. Someone in the comments was also like, what do you mean? What is James Corden doing here? He came up with the idea. We forgot. Yes, he came out. This was all his idea, which makes a lot of sense now. But James Corden, I love James Corden. I like the Peter Rabbit movies. I liked him in Into the Woods. I liked him in the other movie he did. I don't remember what it was called.
I'm gonna get canceled, but I liked him in Prom.
I liked him in The Prom. Thank you. I
did.
Understood the controversy, but I think he did a good job as an actor. Minus the voice, I think he did a good job with the emotion.
That's his normal voice.
No, he did an American accent. What are you talking about?
Okay, yes. I thought you meant the other voice. No. He just sounds,
No comment. I'm not getting canceled today. I like James Corden. I think the writing is on the wall and he needs to stop acting. I think he just needs to focus on his talk show, do more of those street, I forgot the name of
the carpool karaoke.
No. Well, those obviously do, but also do the one where he runs onto the street and he performs during a red light. Crosswalk Theater. That's what went viral this weekend. The one
that was for his show?
Yes. That's why I said it's not a publicity. I mean, it is a publicity stunt, but he's done it for The Greatest Showman. He did it for, I think Mamma Mia. He does it for everything. Mary Poppins. Did. He's done it a lot with like a lot of really famous actors too. So I like that concept. I think it's fun. He just needs to stick to that. Less hip thrusting onto people's windows, less acting, and we'll be good. So. Yutaka's nodding.
Oh, sorry. It was another meme and it was a terrible one. You can probably cut this out. I don't know, but it made me laugh that it said that Caitlyn Jenner probably would have floored it.
Yeah.
You don't get it, do you?
I don't know.
She killed somebody on the 405 with her car.
Caitlyn
Jenner?
Yeah. No, I know.
Oh, okay. We'll cut this out. That didn't work. It was funny when I read it. And
no. I was gonna make that joke and then I didn't want to get canceled because there's so much wrong with that, and there's so many people I could offend. I was just like, I'm
great. We'll just cut it out so I don't get canceled. I'll keep my comments about Camilla because I'll go all day with that. But
yeah. Let's go back to the Shang-Chi thing because this was supposed to be a Shang-Chi themed episode. So
can we talk about box office numbers with it? Like what we think.
So Shang-Chi is coming out this Friday. Currently, the projections from the industry are 45 million. Now, Candyman just opened with 22, I believe.
22, 23, yeah.
Free Guy opened with 28. Jungle Cruise with 35. Suicide Squad with 26. What do we think Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will open with, realistically?
Well, it's Labor Day weekend, and that typically is one of the worst frames of the year. As much as I would love to see it succeed, because I really loved it. I really did.
It was good.
I think it's going to have a 3 in front of it.
Ooh, Jesus. All right.
I do, because again, typically Labor Day weekend, you don't have big openers. I mean, that's more of a camping or a floating people just don't see movies that weekend. So to open a big blockbuster on it, it makes me nervous. And I know they're going for the 4-day weekend so they could have a bigger number, but that's sadly, I think it's like high 30s.
Okay. Constance, what do you think?
I echo that to an extent. I don't think we should use our old metric of, oh, this is how Labor Day tends to be. I'm like, yeah, but we live in a COVID world now. And the landscape of how people work has changed. If you have more people working from home or not working, all of that's askew. I don't think people are off the way they used to be, because I think we've been off more than ever. So it doesn't have the same, oh, this is my one chance to go play. And you have to factor in, depending on where you are in the country, how rainy is it where, especially in the bigger markets. We got that hurricane coming. So if it gets to a point where by the time it gets up north near New York or something, and it's just rain at that point, people are like, oh, we can't go out on the Hudson anyway, so let's go to the movies. I'm just throwing out some stuff.
That's not a bad idea.
So also Marvel stands are loyal. So I do think, if we're counting Thursday night, I think Thursday will be huge and Friday will be a little bit smaller. It might drop. It just depends on how much are people listening to the word of mouth, because I think they'll come. And if they really like it, like how all of you have been really talking, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hyped based just on our chatter we've had. So how much do people want to go back? What's the runtime of this movie?
Ooh, it was over 2 hours, wasn't it?
And something. Let me check. It's over 2 hours. I think it's 2 hours and 14 minutes.
And they're putting it on like what, 4,000 plus screens, right?
I was just gonna say, since Yousef works in a movie theater, I'm like, okay, how many screens do you think it's getting? How many showings per day do you think it's getting? That it's stealing from other movies that could be there. That's a factor too. Because other movies, it's like, well, how many screens did Suicide Squad get? No one's talking about that. Did it get the number it should have gotten?
Well, and they cut it they cut it nasty numbers the next weekend. It just
yeah.
So maybe we should talk about screens.
Suicide Squad was interesting because it came out when the day I moved. So I really didn't see the opening weekend for that at all with anybody. I remember now, for example, they're doing a weird thing where it's only on premium screens, 40X,
IMAX or
40X, AVX, which is our Dolby Atmos, and VIP, and that's it. There's no traditional shows at all for that movie. IMAX is for Free Guy and Reminiscence. Yeah, I know. And some Halsey music video got IMAX a couple days ago. It was weird.
I saw that. That's bizarre.
It sold out twice. Anyway,
well, good for her. Dave.
Suicide Squad didn't get a lot of screens. Shang-Chi right now open on Friday. It has, I think, the IMAX, the 40X, and then Disney's really pushing 3D. There's no traditional show for it either. It's just.
I didn't know this was 3D.
It's 3D.
Oh.
Really?
Disney is really trying to make 3D happen because they did it with Jungle Cruise, they did it with Free Guy, and now they're doing it with this, where if you don't pick a premium option that doesn't have 3D included, we don't do IMAX 3D anymore because we have to sanitize the glasses and it's a COVID issue. But with Real D, they're just going all out with it, which I don't understand.
Is that because those can just be thrown away, those glasses? Oh.
Well, they're technically recycled, but you recycle it gets shipped to the States. COVID dies by then. And also,
of course,
it's not real in the States, so it'll just disappear.
Right.
That's getting cut out too. But in terms of prediction, let's get back to Shang-Chi. In terms of predictions, Constance, you didn't give your prediction. You just asked some questions.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I actually think it'll be right on the bubble of either 29 or 30. I think it'll dance between.
Wow.
We're both going real low.
Low.
Well, just I don't listen to the news anymore, but I do know that when I go out, I see more people wearing masks than I did a month ago. So I don't know how skittish people are about like, well, we could go see it, but we're not feeling confident. Health is more important than a movie.
I would say the pre-screening I went to was packed there, and I will tell you that was not, that was packed. Like it was not the whole social distancing.
Well, but
So
where were you? Where were you?
Me?
Where
Oh,
did
I'm
you
in a
go?
red state. So
Oh.
I'm in Missouri, but St. Louis. And I wore my mask, all that, and it was an IMAX screening, so it was huge, but it was, I would say 75-80% full.
Yeah.
I hesitate with my real number because I haven't been paying attention to how people are feeling about the variant right now. Because I'm like, right, how big a factor is that versus Hollywood confidence? That's why I wanted to ask about the screens, because it's not fair to say, oh, this movie disappointed. I'm like, but if it only got 2,000 screens instead of 4,000, that's going to skew the number too. So with box office coverage, I wish people would talk about how many screens they get, not how many theaters, how many screens.
Yeah.
I just think that's important to bring up. So I wanted to bring that up because I'm like, well, if it's not going to get the amount that Black Widow got, that's going to change the number.
Yeah.
But if it's going to get the Black Widow treatment, then I would say closer to with a 4 in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it should be getting that treatment, I thought.
I think it is getting that treatment. Screens are very important, and you bring up a good point because nobody brings it up, and it's like, well, the movie dropped 70% because it is showing on 70% less screens than it was last weekend. So it's not a thing. Suicide Squad, I'm telling you right now, is still selling out daily. Free Guy is still selling out daily. What's the new Candyman still selling out daily? It's just a number. It's a matter of screens.
And Candyman still did good. I don't like what the trades are saying. Well,
Yes.
certain trades.
Oh, and she's not a trade.
I was being polite.
For my prediction, it's interesting because I've seen kind of two boats online where I've seen people being like, I don't feel safe, I don't want to go, which is understandable. And I've also seen another boat of people being like a lot of people buying out theaters for people to go see. And it doesn't matter if like one person goes, they still bought out the theater. That's still 300 plus tickets that is going to Shang-Chi. Well, depending on the auditorium, obviously, and the social distancing and blah, blah, blah. But
I love hearing that though. That's really awesome.
Like, I think don't quote me on this, but to bring it back to Batwoman, I saw a tweet where Cameron Johnson and a couple of the CW actors in Vancouver are going to do like a Shang-Chi like watch party thing in Vancouver. The tweet said, if I'm not working, I'll go see it, whatever. So I see a lot of people rallying and a lot of people kind of not. The predictions for the industry have been really spot on recently, except for the Suicide Squad, which was kind of the first Delta variant film. Because it's not going to Disney Plus, I think it could open with, I'm going to say 49 to 50. That's very optimistic. But I think the studio is Disney. Let's not forget that. Warner Brothers is stupid. They're going to highball their expectations.
That's true.
Disney's smart business-wise. They might not be smart.
And they're aggressive.
They're very aggressive. They're going to lowball that number to hell, because if it's even like they could have said the prediction is 28, and if it opened with 29, people would lose their minds. So I think they're very smart. I think they lowballed the numbers. I think it's going to open with potentially 50, depending on how people feel at that time, because it's not online, it's not Disney Plus, it's not Premier Access, it's just theaters. Pre-sales have been strong. I saw somebody online saying that based on the pre-sales, it could do 60. No, it's not.
I doubt that, but I would be elated if it did that. I really would. I want this to succeed. It's been a while since I felt Marvel did something fresh. I know Yousef loves Black Widow. Black Widow was fine, but this, I hate to quote them, but they were correct. This was top tier. This was like Marvel hit it out the park, even with the issues the film may have had. Disney did a good job. Disney, Marvel, and of course, because, it's got a great cast.
Yeah.
And also, now I haven't seen it, but I have a question since you both have seen it. if the word is true that it actually propels Marvel as a universe forward, especially with those end credit scenes, because there are two. We're confirming that there are two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's Marvel's bread and butter. If they don't have that thing that sends it forward, that they have nothing to feed on. Black Widow couldn't do that because you went in knowing this takes place between two previous movies. Everything was against that movie. And, so this is the first movie that we're getting after COVID, new character. And yes, that can always be iffy, but if it's propelling us really into phase 4 for real, I mean, that's just going to blow up. So that's why I said, it's going to depend on word of mouth. I think Thursday night's going to be huge, depending on how many screens. But it's all about word of mouth.
Yes. First of all, Yutaka, I just got your joke. I don't want to quote them. I was like, what are you quoting? And then I got it.
Well, and they got dragged, and that wasn't fair. They should have dragged Disney, because that's who pulls those quotes. But yes, Disney did a great job on this film. They were respectful in terms of, I just thought they pulled from so many different Asian cultures, and well, I'm clearly biased, I guess, in sense, but it made me feel so happy to sit and see this. And it's my first IMAX in maybe 10 plus years. So
I think Black Widow opened with 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously that was before Delta.
Yes.
I mean, it was still kind of the Delta era, but like people didn't care about it. People don't care about it. But you know what I mean? It's less.
I do.
Do you think, and now we're going overtime, but that's okay. Do you think that Disney highballed the I just was thinking this, highballed the expectations, so it seems like a disappointment, so that the Black Widow lawsuit becomes like,
ooh,
they'll be like, oh, we tried.
That would be so dirty, but I would not be surprised. That's true.
That's a good theory, actually. Oh, because it would only help their case.
And you know what else it would help? They would be like, oh, see, we need Disney Plus. We need to put it on Premiere. See how it didn't work on its own, because the traditional theatrical market is, so wobbly. Maybe this is to make it look really bad, to push it like, see, that is dead. That is over. We are in a new era now.
You know what? I'm going to think like Testicle Boy, Bob Chapek. I'm going to think like him now. I think the movie is going to open with 40, which is still good considering where we are and that it's a new character.
Mm-hmm.
But will be crowned a disappointment because it was under the thing. I think they'll use this in the lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. They'll really milk it. But I think the weekend holds will be really, really, really good from week to week. Because also Disney has the weird 3-week, it has to be on the biggest screen possible. I assume they're using it for Shang-Chi.
I would hope.
Well,
I'd be pissed if they didn't, but
it's a horrible deal. But I think the holds are going to be really good. And so it'll be a success technically, but initially it'll be labeled as a failure to help with their lawsuit. I got you, Bob Chapek. I got you good.
I mean, if it has Free Guy holds, it would be a success, honestly, because Free Guy the drops on that have been, who saw that coming?
I know. Wow.
Which Free Guy is actually really fun.
Free Guy is a good film. Yes. Well, we have reviews for both Free Guy, or all Black Widow, Free Guy, Shang-Chi, all on our YouTube. Go subscribe. I personally like Black Widow more than Shang-Chi. That's me. But Shang-Chi does connect to the Marvel Universe more. If you're more of a Marvel fan, you will like Shang-Chi more. 100%. Guaranteed. I had little issues, but
we're just pitting Asians against Asians on this one.
I really hope, I know Disney will never do this, but I hope in their lawsuit they'll be like, fellow Asian film Shang-Chi, just a little different. I think that would be so funny.
I'm getting red in the face because that's too funny. I hope it's a success. I really enjoyed it, and I didn't even think about that part where you said yes, the end credits scene. that's going to make people go nuts, and it's wonderful. So
Very good. I'm surprised nothing has like been spoiled online.
they were tight-lipped about that.
They're tight.
Like I mean, again, our phones had to be either left in our car or we had to check our phones in. You couldn't take them into the theater.
That's standard for every Disney and Warner Brothers screening, really. So
Really?
yeah.
Damn.
Well, for the bit, like they're not gonna take your phone. They didn't take my phone for Jungle Cruise. They're just like, fuck you, you can keep it. But for the big ones, yes, they have security and all that. Okay. Constance, have a fun time editing this.
Oh,
because this episode has been fun and it's time to end it because I'm seeing the protege in like an hour. So I got
so jealous.
I know it looks so good.
Maggie Q is amazing. Maybe I'll go see that today or tomorrow.
Maybe. But you know what you should see today or tomorrow? You should see the council's YouTube page and you should see the Horror Hours YouTube page. Take it away, Yutaka.
Oh, yeah, no.
Jesus.
Oh my God. See, I'm so terrible. This is a George thing. But yes, come check us out at the Horror Hour where, an Asian, a Brit, and an Irishman. It's a bad joke, but we have a good time. We love to discuss, argue about horror films. You'll cancel me for my thoughts on American Horror Story. I said nice things about Evan Peters, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that out of the way. And yeah, we get to interview some fun people. We've got some more interviews lined up, and yeah, we have a good time. It's fun, and we have merch. I'm terrible at plugging it. It's somewhere on Redbubble. You'll find us. It'll be in a link somewhere.
Yeah, I'll ask George for a link to put in the description.
I'm terrible at this.
Yes. And as for us, we don't like to have fun and we don't do interviews, but we have merch. So we have tried, everyone's rejected us. I've given up. I don't care. But who will never reject us is Kyle, and he has made merch for us. We have him as an exclusive. Haha, because they tried to steal him from us. But this is the shirt for this.
Don't even give me that.
This is the shirt for this week. It's me as a PA with the Batwoman like shadow behind. It's available at Redbubble. So is the Liam Spice World shirt and the Council Zoom shirt. We have another one coming next week and every week to follow. By the way, if you want the design on a hoodie, a sticker, mouse pad, whatever, just tweet us and we will do that for you because we want your money. Whatever works. I choked on my own spit there. I was going to continue to say something else, but I said the same thing. Well, okay.
Yeah, that's karma.
Yeah. If you want to contact us on Twitter, you can, but you have to follow us on Twitter first, obviously, duh. So go to Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and follow us on all of those sites. The links are in the description. And if podcasts weren't your thing, I don't know how you made it this long, but we have a YouTube version of this that'll pop up on Saturday. So go subscribe, youtube.com/DeMovieLover. Once we get to 1,000, I will change that name because I hate it with a passion. And if you're watching, you can't change it before 1,000 subscribers. They changed that recently. If you also are watching the YouTube video, hello. We have a podcast. It's called The Council every Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If I remember to post it, which I usually do, but I forgot I forget sometimes. I'm human. But go see it over there. If podcasts are your thing, they're shorter. These are uncut versions, obviously. And then also if you're watching the podcast, if you want an uncut version, go to YouTube, vice versa. You get the point. Merch. What else am I missing? TikTok, podcast. We have reviews.
You got 'em.
Hallelujah.
We're not on TikTok, but you can follow the Horror Hour on Twitter well, we don't really Instagram, but we're there.
They're there. Huzzah.
Follow us on Twitter.
Thank you for
Sponsor us, Shutter. No.
And see, this is the most important thing. See Camilla Cabello Cinderella when it hits Amazon Prime Video on September 3rd. But no, see Marvel's Shang-Chi this Friday because it's good. If you feel safe. If you don't, watch Camilla. All right.
Don't know
Goodbye.
which is worse.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather get COVID than watch Camilla Cabello Cinderella. That's
Oh my.
I'm putting that on too. Goodbye.